Welcome back to LFC Transfer Hub, your ultimate home for all things Liverpool. Today we've got huge transfer drama and breaking news.
Alexander Isak gives Liverpool fitness update as striker issue identified. Liverpool must face cruel twist after Giovanni Leoni injury as transfer stance tested. Jurgen Klopp's £34 million Liverpool signing dubbed best in the world due to Arne Slot influence. Let's dive into Reds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated. Alexander Isak gives Liverpool fitness update as striker issue identified. Liverpool had to dig deep against Southampton in their Carabao Cup third-round match on Tuesday night, but they managed to secure their place in the last 16 after yet another late show. Alexander Isak scored his first goal for the club in the first half, while Hugo Ekitike came off the bench to win it after Shea Charles had briefly equalised for the championship side. However, the victory was not without its complications even aside from the fact that Southampton ran last season's finalists close. Giovanni Leoni's debut was cut short, with the defender now thought to face a long injury layoff, and Ekitike will be absent from this weekend's clash with Crystal Palace after taking his shirt off to celebrate his winner and receiving a second yellow card. Arne Slot's squad will be looking to maintain their perfect record when they face off against Palace at Selhurst Park on Saturday. The Eagles are the only other team in the league yet to taste defeat, having won 2 matches and drawn 3, and have only conceded twice in the Premier League. The last encounter between these two sides took place less than 2 months ago. In that match, Palace came out on top in the Community Shield, managing to secure a 2-2 draw after 90 minutes at Wembley before triumphing on penalties. At the time of that match, record-signing Isak had not yet joined Liverpool, and it now falls to Arne Slot to decide whether to give the Swede his first league start for the club. Here are our latest updates from around Anfield. Isak provides fitness update. Alexander Isak has yet to play a full match for Liverpool since his summer transfer, with manager Arne Slot cautiously managing the striker's game time following a limited pre-season. He clocked another 45 minutes against Southampton on Tuesday, netting once and having another shot kept out by keeper Alex McCarthy, and confirmed he's still working towards peak fitness. "It was good to get some more minutes on the way to getting fit," Isak told Sky Sports. "I feel good, I feel fit of course. Obviously it's still early. A new club and new teammates, but I feel good. I think it's a great team to be a part of, and with all of the games I get it's only going to get better." Isak had to wait until the September international break to get his first minutes of the new season, having not played for former club Newcastle before his move to Anfield. He made an appearance as a substitute against Everton on Saturday, and could potentially make his first league start for the Reds this weekend. Slot's striker dilemma. If Arne Slot intended to gradually integrate Isak into the team, that plan may now be complicated due to Ekitike's suspension. Former Tottenham and Aston Villa boss Tim Sherwood, who was providing punditry for the cup tie on Tuesday, empathized with the Liverpool manager while speculating whether Ekitike felt threatened by Isak's arrival. "I think it's the pressure of Isak being there, the noise around it," Sherwood said. "He's letting everyone know that I am here. We know he's done really well, he's a real threat. That's his 5th goal of the season. He can't do any more than he's doing. We all know your name. There's absolutely no need to show that," he added. "Liverpool fans appreciate what he's doing. Now he's not going to play, and whether Isak is ready to play or not, Ekitike has let himself down." Bayern legends Florian Wirtz claim. Florian Wirtz would have been better suited to Bayern Munich rather than Liverpool, according to the German Giants' former striker Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Bayern were amongst the contenders for the Bayer Leverkusen before Liverpool entered with a record bid. "I have to say honestly, in the case of Florian Wirtz, it still hurts. I feel sorry for him," Rummenigge told Sportbild. "Because I believe the player would have been better off at Bayern than at Liverpool. We could have signed Newcastle forward Nick Woltmade. But I also have to say, Bayern Munich are wise enough not to engage in every kind of financial madness. I've always said, we want to achieve sporting success, but please, in a serious and financially sound way." Liverpool must face cruel twist after Giovanni Leoni injury as transfer stance tested. For 79 minutes against Southampton, centre-back would have been the last problem on Arne Slot's mind. There had been question marks about Liverpool's options at the heart of defence heading into the season, especially after selling Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen, but against the Saints, the Reds appeared to uncover the perfect answer. Liverpool signed Giovanni Leoni from Parma last month, landing the highly rated Italian in a £26 million deal to bolster their ranks. While he boasted only 17 top-flight appearances under his belt, the Reds had seen enough to believe they had landed one of the best up-and-coming centre-backs in Europe. There has been a great intrigue around the teenager since he joined the club as a result, with supporters given a first glimpse of his talents against the Saints. Sure enough, they were suitably impressed. For 79 minutes, Leoni was arguably Liverpool's best player on the pitch as the secret was let out of the bag. Supporters could breathe easy at their club's centre-back options once more, with the Italian putting in a performance far beyond his tender years. But an innocuous coming together late on brought his night to a premature end. Leoni was stretchered off, with scans later confirming he had suffered a serious knee injury and is now set for months on the sidelines. Which brings Liverpool back to square one, with depleted centre-back options and a familiar headache to contend with. The Reds were defending Premier League champions back in 2020-21 too, after all, when one by one they saw their senior centre-back options all struck down by season-ending injuries and their title defence fell apart before their eyes. Haunted by such setbacks, it does not take much for Coppets to wake up in a cold sweat when handed any unwanted reminder of that injury-plagued campaign. Consequently, there has quietly always been an uneasy feeling in the fanbase when assessing their centre-back options each season, living in fear of history repeating itself. Two is enough in any position, as every manager will insist, but that does not stop anxiety in the Liverpool fanbase when they see their side left unable to call upon a fifth safety blanket in their ranks. What they'd do for the comforting presence of Nat Phillips after Leoni's injury setback, though Rhys Williams was back on the bench against Southampton over 4 years on from his last appearance for the club. Well, Slot now boasts just 3 senior options again, until January at least, in Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Joe Gomez. And those latter two, along with having suffered their own injury woes in the past, also both remain the subject of transfer speculation to further add to the uncertainty. Konate is out of contract next summer and is of interest to Real Madrid. Meanwhile, Gomez attracted interest from both AC Milan and Brighton and Hove Albion in the summer, only to end up staying put on deadline day. Slot has at least reiterated his faith in the options he has at his disposal. Even taking Leoni's absence into consideration, he recently pointed to options elsewhere in his squad that can make up any deficit. Ryan, Gravenberch, and Wada, Endo, can play there, Slot pointed out earlier this month. So it is not like all of a sudden we don't have options in that position anymore. Andy Robertson is an option also, having finished Tuesday night's game at the heart of defense after Leoni was stretchered off. But the Italian's layoff will now only draw new attention to Liverpool's failed pursuit of Marc Guéhi in the summer, having seen Crystal Palace pull the plug on a £35 million deal on transfer deadline day after failing to source a replacement. It is somewhat ironic that the Reds' first outing without Leoni will come away at Palace on Saturday. With Guéhi set to captain the Eagles against a Liverpool side that will also be short in attack as Hugo Ekitike serves a 1-game suspension, it is an unwanted reminder of the availability tightrope they must now walk and what they could have won instead had transfer deadline day turned out differently. After all, it was not their doing that the England international remains at Selhurst Park rather than Anfield. Following the transfer miss, Slot confirmed his disappointment at missing out on the defender and appeared to hint that the Reds' interest in Guéhi would not end there. "I think it would be ridiculous if I'm going to deny we were close to signing him," he admitted. "That is so out in the open that would be ridiculous. These things happen in football. For me, we would like to sign him, of course, because we were in for him. Like I have said many times, if we feel we can strengthen the team with a chance in the market, we never hesitated to do so, and that's what we tried to do. It's a pity, but not only for us, but also for the player, I think. Let's see what the future brings for him and for us. If I am thinking anything about the January transfer window, you know that what I think, I don't tell you. While Guéhi might have stayed put at Palace this summer, this is expected to be his last season at Selhurst Park. Like Konate at Liverpool, the 25-year-old is out of contract at the end of the season and will be available on a free transfer. The Reds remain interested in the England international. However, a mid-season move for the defender had previously been considered unlikely given his Bosman status at the end of the season. With Liverpool now losing Leoni for a number of months, it remains to be seen if such a stance will be tested when the January transfer window opens and there is the possibility of snapping up Guehi for a cut price fee. For now, Slot and the Reds have to get by with what they have. Leoni had already shown enough on his debut to reward their faith in their current options, with it most cruel that he will now likely be sidelined for the majority of the season. Just what is it about a Liverpool Premier League title defense and serious injuries at centre-back? Phillips and Williams were the saviors in 2021, after Jurgen Klopp had signed Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies in January after initially turning to midfielders Fabinho and Jordan Henderson. At least Slot's current options, and certainly if further defensive injuries are avoided, look a lot healthier. Guehi could still be the solution in January too, of course, as Liverpool weigh up their options in the interim. But that will do little to stop the Reds from cursing Palace's failures to sign a replacement a little louder in the days leading up to their trip to Selhurst Park, after seeing the football fates once again fall against them. Jurgen Klopp's £34 million Liverpool signing dubbed best in the world due to Arne Slot influence. Julian Lescott reckons Liverpool star Ryan Gravenberch could be the best holding player in world football. The Dutchman has been revolutionized under Reds boss Arne Slot. Gravenberch arrived on Merseyside in 2023 for £34 million from German giants Bayern Munich. However, under Jurgen Klopp, he failed to find his feet initially and was given limited playing time. But with Slot's influence, Gravenberch has developed from a fringe player to the heartbeat of Liverpool's midfield and greatly contributed to their Premier League title win last year. He starred as the Reds defeated rivals Everton 2-1 last week, scoring and bagging an assist, and ex-Toffees defender Lescott thinks the 23-year-old is now one of, if not the best, number 6 in the world. Asked on In the Mixer, brought to you by Sky Bet, if Gravenberch is the best holding midfielder in the world, Lescott said, "There's an argument for it. His contributions, his goals and assists. He's been in a title-winning team. He's been the best number 6 in the league. He was arguably their best player last year. He should definitely be considered. If you're one of the best in any position in the Premier League, then you're going to be considered the best in the world." After his impressive performance against Everton at Anfield, club captain Virgil van Dijk heaped praise on his fellow countryman, saying, "Ryan is unbelievable. He's very important to the way we play. You can see the number of times I try to look for him. It benefits him, me, and the team. He's in incredible shape, in the form of his life. He has to keep going. He's still so young. The expectation level will always be right up there, and that's what he has to try to reach every 3 or 4 days. It's a nice challenge. During his first season here, he hardly played. It's a mix of everything. Getting confidence, progressing and improving as a player, playing games at the highest level and your role in the team. I'm very pleased for him because he puts in a lot of hard work to do what he's doing today." Gravenberch only started 12 Premier League matches during Klopp's final season in charge. In contrast, he started all but one top-flight match under Slot last year, and has started each game this season too, aside from the club's opening clash with Bournemouth, for which he was suspended.